Think I'm live now. I'm sorry, my phone went dead earlier, and so I got my laptop on here. Um, Let me pull the chat up. I'm pretty sure that everybody that was on here is probably off now, but yeah, when I was out walking earlier, my phone it had it went dead. So, and I forget what I was talking about. I think I was talking about just like dating and relationships and stuff like that. Let me try to make this bigger if I can. Uh, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to this. I ain't gonna worry about it. Like I was saying, though, I think I was talking to either Yahweh or Lucas, one of them. Um, I think we were talking about dating, and I was talking about how I think this is why I hate when I'm talking about something and I had to like kind of remember what I was talking about, but it was done with dating. The live was about love, and we got into the conversation about you know how everything is transactional now, and I was talking about how everything feels kind of cardboard and plastic and fake now because love doesn't feel real. Everything just feels like, well, I like you, but like I don't actually like you. I just like you for everything that's right on paper, like nothing actually about you. And I was talking about how, you know, all the things that I believe that the reasons that we date, none of it really feels real anymore. All of it feels fake now, basically. Let's take this jacket off. Ah. Like nothing really feels like there's a real soulful connection. Nobody really seems like they really love each other. It's just about looking good on paper. It's about, do we look like a cute couple on social media? And I was just saying how basically like love and dating romance is kind of a joke to me now. I don't really take it seriously because it doesn't really seem like anybody else takes it serious. So like mentally, I'm in a space right now where I just kind of laugh about it. I don't take dating, I don't take romance, and I'm a romantic guy. But it's just when you just see and listen to some of the things that people say, how they view dating, how nobody really takes dating or marriage serious anymore. It's like you can't help but kind of just laugh about it and take it as a joke. I have a hard time looking at a woman and taking her serious because women have opened up their mouths and been talking on the internet and talking about how they view men and dating. From the Sheer Sevens to the Sprinkle Sprinkle. You know, women have women have been literally bragging about the things that they've been doing to men, even women that have kids with men. It's like, why would you have kids with this man if you don't even want to be with him? Like, I don't know. But uh What's going on, Yahweh? Yeah, my phone it went dead, but I came in here and decided to log on here. So yeah, yeah. And it's like I desire a woman because I'm 36. I'm not super young anymore. I'm not old, but I'm not young either. But I also know that most relationships they're very demanding. Women they demand a lot from you. They want to go on trips. They want you to. Most of them want some type of financial support. Most modern women demand, that, and I'm still trying to figure that out for myself. And dating someone that's not understanding of that, that's not understanding of the economy, that's not understanding of just modern struggles of men and just people in general that just expects you to just be able to do all this stuff and doesn't take into consideration the times that we're living in. Just says stuff like, "Oh, well, just try harder, just work harder," and she doesn't even have the shit that she's demanding that you have. But because you're a man, you're supposed to magically have it and have it figured out. I don't feel like putting that extra weight onto myself. You know. Now, do I know I have to still figure it out? Yeah, but I don't need somebody making me feel like I'm not enough if I don't figure it out in their timetable. I'm already hard enough on myself as it is. I don't need a woman making me feel like I'm not enough because I'm not as good as this man or this other man that's trying to fuck you and get in your pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't compare myself to people. You know. Well, I mean, that's what makes you happy, man. I mean, I can't relate to any of that in any way, shape, or form, but I like all natural women. But hey, if you're into that, I mean, if that makes you happy, hey, do what makes you happy. I'm a to each his own kind of person. Like I said, man, that's what you're into. I mean, but I personally am. I love women. I like women. I'm a man that likes women, straight women, and I've always been like that. It's just hard to. Older women are cool. I like older women. But I used to think that older women were better, but I don't think that a lot of the older women are just as bad as the young women. Used to be the older women had a little bit more sense, but a lot of the older women are just as bad as the younger ones, and sometimes worse. Yeah, you can't say that the older women now are, they got more wisdom and they got more. They don't. They don't. They used to, but like I say, a lot about this world has changed. But I mean, again, you know, I would love to meet a woman that I vibe with, but it's like most women today, they have this thing where they're demanding that you be all these things for them, and they don't have any idea of what it takes to even achieve all these things that they're demanding that the modern man has to be worthy or good enough for them. You have to make 100 grand. Like that's just a beginner salary. I'm like, do you make 100 grand a year? Can you do that? Have you done that? You know, but I got to do it. And a lot of these women that have these high demands and standards, a lot of them, they're not even doing it on their own. Like they're getting help from like the government or some kind of assistance or something like that. It's like I'm not getting no help from nobody. But you're judging me for where I'm not at. But you're not even doing that on your own. but then they'll go out here and get pregnant by a guy they're really attracted to, but has a criminal record, beats on them, and doesn't give a fuck about them. But you're worried about if I'm rich or not because you're not as physically attracted to me as him. But he does all these shitty things to you. But because he just looks better than me, all of his other failures as a man, you just look past. Once I understood that women operate like that, I don't feel the need to try to prove myself to any woman by my accomplishments as a man. It's like, yeah, I might accomplish all this stuff, but then I might do that and think that now I deserve a good woman. But then some guy that looks better than me that has nothing, she might just go sleep with him because he just looks better than me. So all this work I did to earn this woman means absolutely nothing because apparently him looking better than me is more valuable than me actually working on myself and, accomplishing something in my life. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to accomplish things because of that. I'm just saying that I'm not putting my self-worth in the hands of a woman that's telling me that to be enough in her eyes, I got to accomplish this specific thing. No. Yeah, I mean, relationships, they feel very meaningless to me. And again, I still want a relationship. I still desire one. I still, I want love. I want to be in love, but I just, in today's modern world, I know what comes with that. I know what comes with it. I know the amount of bullshit that I'm going to have to go through to be with a woman today. It's the ex-boyfriend. He's going to want to try to come back. Almost every girl I've dated, the ex has been a problem. I got to deal with him. Then I got to deal with trying to make her feel like she's happy with me. I have to make her happy. I have to make her feel like she's happy with me. I have to perform for her. I have to do all these things to make this woman happy. Meanwhile, all these other guys are trying to fuck her, and I have to convince her to stay with me, versus all these other guys that are probably trying to impress her and fuck her and, tell her that they're better than me behind my back. And it's just too much stress to put onto myself, especially if she's really pretty. Because you have to constantly compete. It's not just getting her, it's you have to compete to keep her. And most women, once another better option comes along, most women they're going to just go. And I understand that. And this is why I feel like most relationships are not even worth having because they're not really built on anything real. They're just built on, well, what can you give me opposed to what he can give me? What do you have versus what he has? How big is your dick versus how big is his dick? How good can you fuck me versus how good can he fuck me? And I'm not trying to do all that. I'm with you because of what we have. I'm not with you because of what he can do better than me. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta constantly compete against the next nigga just to keep you, then what am I doing? Nobody's trying to do all that to keep you. It's like, yeah, you fine and everything, but I'm not trying to constantly stress myself out to keep you happy and satisfied. It's not worth it. Not even a little bit. To put into a woman like that. Because again, I know with the internet being the way that it is, the amount I already know, if you get a bad bitch, the amount of men in her DMs that I know for a fact probably look better than me. I'm not about to compete for you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And most women, they'll make you feel like you better be competing for me. If you're not, I'm going to leave you. It's like, leave, bitch. Leave. Because he's going to have to deal with the same exact goddamn thing. Nobody is about to do all that for no woman. A lot of men nowadays, they're like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Ain't no bitch in the world is worth putting that much. Like, life is already stressful as it is. I don't need somebody coming to me and constantly reminding me that there's some guy in her DMs that want to fuck her. And she has a bunch of options. It's like, who gives a fuck? If this is what it takes to keep you, please go be with him. That's not a relationship. That's a cardboard. That's a social media relationship. We don't have anything real. There's no value in that kind of relationship to me. All it feels like is I have to literally compete just so you will decide to not fuck this other guy on a Friday night. If you haven't already. I'd rather be single and not have to worry about all the other niggas that you're debating whether you should fuck or not, or leave me for. Because that's what modern dating is. You having to constantly tap dance to your fucking bitch to keep her happy enough to not go fuck somebody else. And she normally still does. You have to perform for the modern woman because she feels like she has so many options. I can't, I refuse, man. I refuse. Again, life is already stressful enough. Like, no one's going to do all that, you know? Like, I'm not going to perform for you. I'm not going to, it's like, and the thing about it is, like, men, when a man knows he has a good woman, he does all the right things. This is my opinion. He does all the things a man is supposed to do. But once you start making him feel like you're comparing him to this other guy, and what was once good enough is not good enough anymore because now you're comparing me to him because he's in a different position in life. And now what I was doing with where I'm at in life, that's no longer good enough. So now you're kind of making me feel like I'm not enough or I'm inadequate because now you're comparing me because you're doing that thing that women do, that hypergamy thing. Once I realized you're kind of slipping into your hypergamous nature, your hypergamous mode, meaning you everything is cool, but because you have another higher bidder, now you have to make me feel inadequate because of where I'm at. Once I realize that we're playing that game now, I'm already like mentally like clocked out. Like I'm not even here no more. Like mentally, like we're not even in that space no more because you made me feel like you're comparing me to somebody else. Like, don't compare me to somebody else's position in life when you don't know my circumstances, like versus theirs. Like, you can't. We're not doing that. Yeah, I know I'm a good dude. Like, I know that I'm the right woman will see and know that I'm a good ass dude. I am a good dude. Like the right woman, like I'll do all kind of shit for her. Like the very first girl I dated, I fucking bought her prom dress. Didn't have to, but I did. Pay for everything. Like there's no reason why like I should have paid for her prom dress, but because I had a good job at the time and I'm a good boyfriend, like I did because that's just the kind of guy I am. Like and that's when I was like 18. I'm 36 now. And my mother, my father, they didn't tell me to do that. I just did it because I could. The thing that women don't understand is men do this providing type stuff when they feel like they have a good woman that they can trust. But when we don't feel like we can trust them, we feel like, we're kind of getting played and kind of played with. We're not wanting to pay for meals and, pay for just stuff that she might need help with. Because we feel like she's finessing us. We feel like she's entertaining multiple men at a time. Why would I invest in a woman that's not even into me like that? That hasn't shown me through her actions that she's even serious about me. For what? Why? It's I will be a fool. Oh, because you're pretty. That's why. God bless America. It's good that soon as they Yeah, as soon as I sense a woman's playing games, like that's like my last girlfriend I dated. As soon as I sensed that she was doing this weird thing, where how women they'll kind of try to like they'll say they want to keep dating you, but like the energy in the relationship, it just feels off. So like I was just like something don't feel right. Like your actions and your energy is not actually matching what you're saying. Like you're telling me you want to be with me, but everything you're doing, everything you're doing, everything you're doing is telling me that you're either distracted by somebody else, there's somebody else you're thinking about, or you're doing something, or you're about to do something, because what you're saying and what you're doing is not lining up. Like once it starts to feel like that in a relationship, I'm already clocked out, and that's what happened. I was like deuces. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I don't have to feel like this. Once it gets to the point to where I feel like I'm in a situation that there's no winning in this situation, there's no making you happy. Nothing I do will make you happy. Yeah, yeah. I'm nobody's second option. Most women, they want to have, and guys do it too. Guys do it too. But most women, they want to be in a situation where you're kind of like a placeholder. Normally, it's like another guy they really like or want or they're involved with. And then you're thinking that you're the main guy when really you're just an option for when the other guy that she likes is not giving her attention, or he's messing with some other girl or something like that. So you're like the fallback guy, or the fallback guy of the fallback guy of the fallback guy, and you're thinking that you're trying to build something with her. In reality, I said in Rihanna. In reality, she's just you're a placeholder for like when the main guy she wants isn't doing what she wants him to do. Now she needs somebody to kind of keep her entertained or until and I'm just like nah, anything like that. I'm just like no, you're going to get like minimal effort from me because you don't deserve my 100% effort. I'm just an option. You don't get me started. Most women today, they want you to be a loyal option to them. You're supposed to do all this stuff, and then meanwhile, they're getting cracked by somebody else already, and you're just an option for them. And then they expect you to prove yourself that you're good enough for them by paying for shit and putting them on a pedestal and, proving that you're good enough, you're a man and all this. Get the fuck out of here. In what reality? In what reality? And again, I'm all those things. But the problem is you don't get to get that version of me because most people, most modern women, they take that for granted. When you come offering all of your best qualities as a man to the modern woman, what they're going to do is, instead of seeing it for what it is, they're going to say, okay, what can you do? They don't take into consideration that this is the best, this is your best based off of where you're at. They take your best and compare it to somebody else that may have completely different circumstances and say, well, compared to his best, he's better than you. Therefore, you lose, fuck you. That's right. I ain't lying. Yeah, most women they want you to perform. They want you to perform. They want you to compete. They want you to prove. They get bored so easily. The slightest inconvenience, they're ready to hop on to the next cock. Any inconvenience. Oh, I can't do this. This is the thing. I don't even let myself get that into, even if I like her, I don't allow myself to get that into a woman unless I know she's even worth me. Like I might think she's pretty, but I know how to separate my visual attraction for a woman versus actually getting attached to her, non-physically. I can say, well, this woman, I am attracted to her physically, but I say, that's not the same as me actually knowing that she's a woman that has integrity, that has good morals and good character. So yeah, she cute. You know what I'm saying? She got a little body on her, whatever. But like, that don't mean that like you just got my heart, my soul. Like, no, it ain't that simple. It's not that easy. It ain't that simple. Most men, when they're choosing a woman, they're choosing her strictly off of her body. Like most men, when they see a woman, they go, "Damn, that thing is stinging," and that's it. She don't have to be trustworthy. She don't have to be honest. She don't have to be nothing else. This is why when you look online, all you see women doing is turning around and bending over because that's all they have to offer. If 90% of the women on the internet are bending over on camera, they're to me symbolically, they're literally telling you this is all I have to offer you. I can do nothing else for you but bend over and give you this pussy. Outside of that, I have nothing else to you. I can do nothing else for you. 90% of the modern women, maybe 80. That's completely sums them up. That's why when I'm online scrolling, like that shit used to kind of be appealing to me, but now I'm just like, my brain is like, I know that if I were to actually date you, this relationship would be so empty. Once I got my nut, it's like this relationship would be like so empty, so void because I already know like it's just gonna be games. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you can't do nothing for me. And that's a turn off. I don't care how nice your ass is. Once I realize that and see that, I know like you can't do anything for me. I need more than just sex because I'm not just giving you sex. I mean, like that's like a yeah. It says yeah. As soon as I feel like I'm not special, I don't want to just exactly. See, I'm turned off from most modern women because, like, I know that there's no real connection between most women and men. It's just this constant competition. It's a constant competition. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I do believe in keeping, the fire between a man and woman, keeping a spark. You do little things to kind of keep the passion and keep the spark and all that. I believe in that, but that's like between me and her. You do things to kind of just keep her, wanting you. You keep yourself in shape. You eat healthy. You make sure you healthy for your sex life. It's common sense. Like I'm going to stay in the gym. I'm going to keep myself up. But I want to find little ways to kind of keep stuff spicy and new. But like, I shouldn't have to constantly like convince you to be with me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're being satisfied and stuff like that, like, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's just, why do you want to be a woman? No offense, but why do you want to be a woman? Just curious. I'm curious. I'm like, why do you want to be a woman if you're a man? I like what I am. I like that I'm a man. It's not easy, but again, I'm just curious. Like, why do you want to be a woman if you are a man? Anyway, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I was just continuing this discussion from my last live on my phone, and yeah, I don't know, man. I just like I said before, everything it just feels fake, it feels phony, and like I was saying, I have a hard time taking dating, relationships, women seriously. I want to be with a woman, and again, like I was saying in the other video, oh, so you want men, so you're a man that wants to look like a woman so that other men can be attracted to you. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to make sure I understand correctly. So you're a man and you want to look like a woman so that you can get attraction, you can get attention from other men or women or both. I was just a little bit confused. I'm like, I mean, if that's what you're into. I mean, hey, you told me you were a man. I asked you one time. You said you were a man. I mean, okay, okay, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to get clarification. If you don't feel comfortable answering, you don't have to. But are you trans? Are you a biological male or female? Are you saying you're trans? Are you saying that? And if you are, I don't care. I'm just getting clarification. I'm just trying to understand, like, what's going on, like, because I'm like I've asked you before. I'm like, are you a male? Are you a female? Are you? If you don't want to answer, it's fine. I'm just, and because it's kind of hard for me to understand, like, okay, so you're a biological male. Okay, so that's what I was asking. Okay, so you're a biological male, and you want. Okay, cool. So okay, I mean, hey man, if that's what you want to do. I mean, if that's what makes you happy, I mean, hey, you know, I'm like, hey, to each his own. You know, if that's what you know. I like women. I'm a biological male, and I love women, and only women, and that's what I want. I want me a woman if I can find one that's got some sense, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, hopefully you can, find somebody that's, matches what you're looking for, I guess. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like I said, I'm a man, biological man, and into women, only women, biological woman. So, oh, okay. Um, yeah, well, like I said, man, hopefully, like I said, I know it's a lot of people that's, into that arena, so like I said, hopefully I'm sure I mean, that's, I'll put it this way, that's a very common thing today. So I know, like I said, there's plenty of people that's into that. So yeah, I mean, it's not something that I can relate to, but I know that's a very common lifestyle today. So, you know, but like I said, I'm just, I get frustrated with the whole, yeah, well, ain't nothing wrong with that either. Like I say, a lot of women they do both. Yeah. Like I said, man, they out there, man. Like I said, it's like I said, I don't really know much about that, but I know that that's very common. It's not something that I really look into that much. But like I said, I know that people out there that, are into that. I mean, that's not really it's you know, without being offensive, I mean, I typically don't find much in common with that, So I can't say that, I, it's kind of a hard question because it's personally that's not really a lifestyle that I really relate to. But I mean, like I said, I'm to each his own, it's not something that I really relate to, because I personally am not into that. But I don't have any problem with people that are, It's just not something that I really relate to. Like I said, man, if that's what you want to do. I mean, actually, I already told you how I feel about it. If that's what floats your boat, hey, I'm not a type of person that's like you should do it or you don't do it. It's like if that's what you feel like, I don't like I don't. How can I say this? I don't like. I'm not a person that's like endorsing stuff like that. But I like, but at the same time, it's like if that's who you feel like you are, it ain't hurt me. I'm not someone that's like, yeah, you should do it. But it's like, if you personally feel like that's who you are and what you want to do, it's like, hey, it ain't hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm not going out telling people you should be straight, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm straight. That's my life. That's my prerogative. And you know, oh well, hey, I said all I want. I just want me a down female that is trustworthy, that I feel comfortable with, and it just seems like that's hard to find nowadays. It's like everybody just seems like they're trying to get something out of you. They're trying to siphon what little bit of resources you have. They want you to pay just to basically be in their presence, you know. And I'm just like, wait a minute, like I'm a human being just like you. And just because you're pretty, I shouldn't have to pay to be in your presence. You know, and I do have a little bit of an ego in a sense of, you know, even when I see a really pretty woman, it's almost like an insult when she like makes me feel like I should be like just honored that she's even taking the time to, talk to me or date me. I'm like, no, like we should be honored to interact with each other. Like I'm not I don't feel like it's a privilege to talk to you because you're a human being just like me. Anytime I feel like a woman think like if a woman makes me feel like she's doing me a favor by going on a date with me or talking to me, I'm automatically turned off because it's like, listen, we at the same level. You might be pretty or whatever, but like we at the same fucking. You are not better than me. I'm not better than you. If we come into this interaction and you feel like you're better than me or you're above me, I'm automatically like checked out. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna work. Cause this bitch thinks she's better than me. She thinks she's too good, and if a woman thinks she's too good for you, she's gonna treat you like that. So, you know, this is like a Rocky and Rihanna type shit. Like, you know, women, some women think that Rihanna looks too good to be with ASAP Rocky. I'm like, if she like the nigga, she like the nigga. If she don't, she don't. If she don't like the nigga, she's gonna leave him. And if she does, she's gonna stay with him. It's as simple as that. And honestly, I don't even think ASAP Rocky cares that much. Why should he stress him out, stress himself out, worrying about, damn, does she really like me? I better be on my best behavior, cause she might fucking leave me. Hell, she liked him enough to have his fucking baby. Or babies. Or kids. So he doing something right. I'm just saying, like, women make it seem like they want a man to just care so much about everything that they care. But that man that does that, they get turned off by him. In other words, if I was the type of dude that was like trying to just constantly please you and make you happy, you would think in your mind as a woman, wow, this guy, he must not really value himself. He's trying so hard to please me. He's trying to do everything right so that I don't leave him for somebody else. Opposed to the guy that's like, I'll treat you right and everything, but I ain't perfect and I ain't gonna sit here and act like I am. I'm not gonna perform for you. I'll show you I care, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to be this perfect man because you're not perfect. Why would I try to be a perfect man? Because you're not perfect. You're a human just like me. The man that tries the hardest to keep a woman is normally the man that gets left the most. This is the man that leads with his wallet, tries to constantly appease the woman and give her everything she wants. There's men out here that have given a woman everything she ever said she wanted. What happens? She gets bored. And what happens? She goes and finds a man that either doesn't give a fuck about her, and she's more attracted to him because to her, she feels like she has to earn something. She feels like she has to earn that man doing the things for her that she was already doing. But she likes the pursuit of getting him to do those things. Then once he starts doing those things that you were already doing, guess what? She gets bored again and leaves you. But she says that the reason that she's not doing it is because she wants more, or you aren't making her feel a certain way. One thing I learned is the more effort, and this me, the more effort I put into women, the more, the less they appreciated me. The less effort I put in, the more they appreciate. And it's like when I started putting in effort at the right time, they appreciated it more, and opposed to just constantly putting in a ton of effort. When I was just constantly putting in a ton of effort, they didn't appreciate it. But once I kind of started to kind of like ration out certain things that I was doing that they took for granted, they appreciated it way more. And I learned that. Like, you don't just get, like, what I'm saying, expensive ass restaurants where I'm going to probably spend like $200 on like a meal. That's a lot of money for one meal. So you don't just get that without question. Like, you have to be somebody that I see is worthy of me spending that much money on for a meal. I work hard for my money. Well, I don't work hard, but it's still, I am giving away hours and time of my life that I can't get back to make this money. And that's valuable. And I'm giving it away to give, to give you an experience. And so that's not cheap in the sense of I'm basically giving away time or my life, symbolically in money and monetary value to this dinner or this place or this experience. I can't get that back. My time, my money, my energy is valuable. Spend it, it's going to be on someone that is actually worth the fucking damn. Period. And if you don't see that, then somebody else will. I feel like people treat me better when I look like a. Do you think that's weird? Like, please be honest. I mean, I'm not really sure about that. I mean, it's for people that are into that context. If people that are into that like you like that, then no, it's not weird. It's all about if y'all align with what y'all are into. You know, it's all about, again, it comes back to if that's what you're into and somebody else matches up with that, then hey. But yeah, man, I just, you know, it all comes down to, compatibility. And as a man, um, it's it's hard to find you know, a woman that's compatible. Because the things that women, yeah, I want to look like Kim Kardashian though. Kim Kardashian is she's a very attractive woman, yeah. Kim Kardashian is attractive. I give you that. Um, but as a man, it's really hard to find someone that's compatible because most women today, they don't have the qualities that I find attractive. I see a lot of physically attractive women, but for me to be attracted to a woman completely, it's got more to do than just her looks. This is the problem. This is what women they don't understand. It's not just about a lot of women. They feel like just because visually they're beautiful, that's all that it takes. And like it's not like my energy. Like I'm so sensitive to a person's vibe or whatever you want to call it. Like if a woman moves in a very promiscuous way, I can feel it. Like I can feel if you're a cheater. Like if you're a cheater and you all over the place, you fucking with this dude, that dude, that dude. Like I can tell it about you. So once I interact with you and I sense it about you, like I may think, God damn, she's beautiful. But once I feel that essence and presence about you, I'm not gonna want to fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might want to still sleep with you to a certain extent, but I might not even do that because I'm like, what's the point? You've already got all these other spirits kind of, roaming around in your body, all these other men. Like, why would I want to be just one more? Well, for what? It don't mean nothing. So for me to want to be with somebody like that, it's like, I gotta know, like, we really have something worth, seeing where it goes. If it's just like, I'm just one more nigga in your body count in your body bag. I'm just like I don't. It's like yeah, you're beautiful and everything, sweetheart, but that doesn't do it for me no more. Like I see beautiful women all the time. And I think yeah, she cute, whatever. In other words, beautiful women don't really impress me the way that they used to because a lot of them don't have any personality. They don't have any morals. They don't have any integrity. You can't trust them. They're just a pretty face. And I see pretty faces all the time. So it's just like it's nice, but it doesn't really do it for me no more. It doesn't do it for me no more. I'm not taking I'm not taking anything away from natural beauty. I still appreciate it on a surface level, but on a deeper level, it doesn't really do anything for me anymore. It doesn't really impress me or attract me or get my attention the way that it used to because I know what comes with it. I know what comes with it. And it's not an attack on beauty. It's listen. It's not an attack on beauty. I just understand what a lot of quote unquote beautiful women are. I know how they think. I know how they see themselves when it comes to dating. It's like they know that they don't really have to do anything but just show up pretty. There's no accountability towards actually having any type of sense of morality or integrity. It's like because I'm pretty, I can basically get away with murder. And it's okay because I don't actually have to be a good girlfriend because I'm pretty. And nobody's going to hold me accountable because I'm pretty and I can get any guy I want. And all these guys are in my DMs. So whoever I date, I don't have to actually be a good girlfriend because I have all these options. So who cares if I cheat? Who cares if I lie? Who cares if I, use these other guys? Because I don't actually have to be a good person because I have all these options. And I understand that. So it's just like, yeah, you're pretty, but what does that mean when it comes to me actually being with you? It just means that I'm walking around with the girl with the cute face. that any man can have at any point in time. Why should I feel lucky? Why should I feel special? Yeah, I can't just sleep with anybody. If I'm sleeping with a woman, I care, like, we have some type of close relationship. I've known her for a little while, and we have some type of close bond. Like, I don't just sleep with a woman because she's attractive. For many reasons, because of health concerns and because of spiritual concerns, because of that's just not the kind of person I am. Am I a man? Do I love sex and pussy? Of course, but it's just sleeping around like that. I don't like it. It don't feel right to me. Like, I don't feel right just going up inside of anybody, you know. And that's all I see nowadays. It's like, bro, that don't make you a man. It doesn't make you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're constantly trying to fuck as many women as you can, like, that tells me that you're trying to prove something to the world and to yourself by getting all these bodies. Why do you need to, you know what I'm saying? Why do you need to do that to that extent with that many people? It's like, yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like, what are you trying to prove? What is lacking in you where you need to constantly be going inside of different men? Or if you're a woman, uh letting different men constantly inside of you. And again, I'm just saying, I'm just wondering. Like what are we doing here? Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't hang around people that sleep around like that. I don't like it. I don't like men that brag about, because, and it's not that I'm hating on them, it's just that I don't relate to that. Again, I'm an old fashioned kind of person where I appreciate exclusivity. I appreciate when you with somebody you can trust them. That y'all actually have a real connection between the two of y'all. You're not going around sleeping with this person on Monday, then this person on Tuesday, and then coming back to me in my face like, oh, I'm the only one you fucking with when you fucking like four other niggas. It's like, why? What's the point? You know, like, how many dicks do you need? Goddamn. But that's how the average woman and a lot of men too are moving today. I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get though. I'm a type where I believe, meet one person, spend the rest of your life with that person, grow old together, be happy, have lots of good sex, maybe have a few kids, and that's it. To me, it's extremely simple, but we complicate the fuck out of it because, again, we live in a world where everybody gets bored easily. The person you're dating or married to, they have to constantly like perform for you, make you happy, and it's just like, that's not what this is about. This is about a long-lasting bond and connection that grows over time. That's what it's supposed to be about. It's not about constantly giving, like, I shouldn't have to constantly give you a high of nonstop continuous excitement for you to want to be with me or stay with me. Like, yeah, there will be times of highs, but like if I have to constantly perform for you to keep you into me, I'm like, I'm not. And that's what modern dating is. So anyway, I wanted to express that from the last video, and you know, I just I don't know what people are looking for. Um, like I said earlier, I'm at the point where I'm kind of done with this whole performance phase of my life. It's just like I'm not performing for nobody. It's like literally, and don't get me wrong, like there's different sides to me, but depending on who you are in relation to me, that's the version of me you're going to get. Like, in other words, like if you have not given me a reason to believe that you deserve that version of me that gives like 100%, which typically I don't believe in doing, then this is probably the version of me that you're going to get to know. Most people misunderstand me as a person because they assume that because I'm very firm and strict with, first of all, I'm very firm and strict about who I allow to even get in my space. Whether you're a man or a woman, I don't like people just around me generally. But especially if you're a woman, I have learned that I cannot let every woman that I think is cute or pretty get close to me in that way. I might like you, I might think you pretty, I might even want to fuck you, but that doesn't mean that you should be close to me physically, mentally, or spiritually. See, I can be attracted to you and still know that you might not be shit. You might be a toxic ass bitch. I might still want to fuck you, but I know that you haven't really given me any reason to believe that you're anything more than a pretty face. Now, I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying that I don't know that. And I'm not going to assume that you are just because you're pretty and I might want to fuck you. If I can be blunt, I can't like tap dance around the issue. I got to say it how it is because that's the truth. I don't do that anymore. Like, I only have a certain amount of finite years to be alive, and I cannot invest it into shit that's 70 to 80%, I'm sure, is going fucking nowhere. Why do I know that? Because it's already started off on the wrong fucking foundation. So, for that reason, a lot of these women out here that are expecting you to like give them the earth and the world on a platter, I say I don't feel the need to do that because you haven't really given me a reason to. Besides, you're pretty. And again, I'm not taking anything away from that. But I'm this whole just me thinking that I owe a woman something because she's pretty and I like how she looks. That's the old me. I'm not saying that I don't value beauty, but this version of me is more so tapped into like my higher self to where you gotta come with something more than just I'm pretty and I'm cute. Like you gotta actually speak some type of spiritual shit, like where my soul is like, okay, like I'm about to, move differently because she's proven something to me that this is. But if it ain't nothing like that, I'm just like, it's like it's pretty bitches everywhere. Most of them, if you throw some money at them, they'll give you the cooch. It's like it's not uncommon. It's not. They full of shit, but it's not uncommon. I'm just saying. I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to insult anybody's beauty, but like beauty is it's deeper than just the eyes. It's I'm not just getting stuck on this surface shit no more, man. I cannot get stuck on that, man. Because once you get stuck on the surface level of a woman's beauty, she fucking got you. You once you get lost in just her beauty, once a woman knows that you want to do anything for her because she's pretty, and just give up your morals, your integrity, your self-respect, and just allow and accept any kind of bare minimum treatment because she's pretty. Once she knows, oh, it's over with. It's over with. Just get ready for some bullshit. Get ready to get your heart broken. Yeah, I don't sleep people because health. Yeah, you shouldn't. That's gross. Yeah. May turn out also, are we friends? Like I said, man, we cool. Yeah, we good. You know, so yeah, we good, man. Like I know, I was just talking on just. I like to just talk on just a life in general. Because it be like that, man. Like I do not like women that they know that they're pretty and they'll do these things where they kind of use that to get a man to like not think, to they'll use their body to get, no, they'll manipulate men with their looks. And I know when women are trying to do that, you know, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Like it's nothing wrong that you know that you can. It's nothing wrong that you're pretty. It's okay. It's nothing wrong knowing that you're pretty, and a lot of men, that affects men in that way. But when you are consciously and purposely manipulating men with a very deceitful intention because you're pretty and you know what you're doing, then I don't like that. Like, be real, be honest, tell the truth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just tired of the whole modern dating. It's just, it's very, very like the women that I have found attractive, I've thought about trying to talk to. A lot of them, they seem like the type where they just want some dick, basically. You know? And don't get me wrong, like that can be kind of a turn on in a way, but it's like I'm not looking for just that though. Like I actually look like I'm the type of guy where I look for like deeper connections with a person I'm with, you know? And like I said, I can tell women that are like that because when I'm around them, they talk a certain way. Like their vibe, it just feels like they really like to fuck a lot. Like I can tell a woman that just likes to fuck a lot. I can tell. Like I just know. I know they have a certain energy about them. They carry themselves a certain way. Like they talk to you a certain kind of way. Like I notice everything about women. You know what I'm saying? I observe people a lot too because I'm a security guard. So it's like women that just they just nymphos basically. Like I know, and again, there's a somewhat of a sexual attraction, but it's kind of like not really because I know that that's not what I'm looking for. If you're this kind of person where you just want to like get a good fuck, then that's the type of women you might like. But for me, it's not just about sex. It's just that's a part of it. Most people today is just about sex. It's an ego thing. Oh, I can get all these bitches or all these niggas want me, and I'm just like, whatever. Who gives a fuck? That's to me, that's not a flex. To me, you're trying to prove something by just racking up bodies, and I'm just like, what is that doing for you, though? You know, because ultimately, it doesn't really prove anything. You being hot or unattractive, it doesn't really say anything about you. You didn't make your face. You just happen to be born through somebody that had certain genetic looks, bone structure, and appearance. It doesn't say anything about your character, anything about your soul. The problem is people, they associate attractiveness with goodness and positivity and being good. And it's like, it has nothing to do with that. The fact that you're ugly or pretty has nothing to do with you being a good or bad person. Nothing to do with that. But because the human mind is kind of biologically conditioned to believe that if we see somebody pretty or attractive or handsome, we think automatically they're a good person. And if we see somebody unattractive or ugly, we think they're a bad person. Like our mind associates attractiveness with that dynamic. But it's not true. It's just that's how our mind works. But it's not what actually there's plenty of really pretty attractive people that are horrible. They're evil. Anyway, yo, I actually completely unrelated topic. I'm actually trying to be healthier. I got coffee right here, but turn invisible. Can you see it? But I'm trying this thing where I'm ordering some. I already ordered it. I ordered some coffee, but it's actually mushroom coffee, and it has a bunch of adaptogen mushrooms in it, and basically it's supposed to be healthier for you. It's supposed to have a bunch of good, mushrooms that are good for your body, your mind, and memory, and just good for your overall health and vitality. So I got that coming in the mail on Thursday, so I'm very interested in trying it out. And it's actually really healthy. So I'm gonna whenever I get that, I'm gonna bring it here and drink it and let you know, um, you know how I like it. Um, and then I also ordered some oregano oil and black seed capsules oil, and that's also like really really good for your health as well. So just trying to basically, and I also started taking this thing where it's basically got a bunch of herbs in it that basically help to detoxify your liver and your kidneys and other stuff in your body. It's got like dandelion root, burdock root. It cleans your blood out. So I'm taking that too, kind of trying to do like a detox. Trying to get as healthy as I possibly can, just so I can just kind of purify my body the best I can. So I'm taking that too, and obviously I'm working out at the gym more and more, trying to get in shape. So just doing little things to kind of try to purify my body the best I can, and just you know be as healthy as I can. So I'm really trying to just get my body right, get my mind right. So I'm doing little stuff like that. Stuff like the lion's mane is good for your brain, and just, I'm taking stuff like I'm taking things like ashwagandha to kind of help to manage my stress levels. Since I work this third shift, I'm really trying my best to get my mind kind of back on track and just more balanced, because I'm really going to need that to kind of get in the right space, the space to do what I need to do to make what I need to make what I need to happen. So I really got to be in the right mental space, and my body, I think, really has to be, operating as well as I can have it operate, basically. So, and I'm kind of doing the intermittent fasting on and off. So, yeah, I'm just in a space right now where I'm just trying to clean my body out, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and yeah. So I just had to express these things because, you know, I am mentally having a hard time moving forward, and I'm having a hard time like just figuring out the next step and what's the best way to move forward. But um, I'm not going to give up. I'm not, and it's not that I'm saying don't give up, just keep going. But it's like I know that I can't just indefinitely keep doing things the way that I'm doing them right now, because it's not working for me anymore. So I'm not necessarily trying to like say like, it's got to be like, sunshine and rainbows, but I'm just saying like I'm just kind of tired of the way things are going, and I'm just trying to make some changes. Basically, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about doing that. And so the best thing that I can do is to kind of purify my mind and body the best I can, and see what the universe tells me to do. Kind of just trying to open up my mind to God and seeing what direction, God kind of opens up for me, or because now I'm just kind of like just in this space of just kind of just listening to what God is saying, what's the best thing to do, how to go about doing it. Because honestly, I don't know. I probably can't figure it out on my own anyway. So honestly, I'm just trying to listen and figure out what I should do. Because, I'm a little bit confused, but I'm not lost. I say I'm finding my way. When I say finding my way, it's just figuring out the best way to move forward in my life in a way that makes my life feel like it's, my life. Like I'm living my life. Like life is not happening to me, but it's happening for me. So that's what a lot of this stuff is about. You know, Purifying my body, or whatever you want to call it, and cleaning my body out, and probably going to start doing some more parasite cleanses and stuff like that, and probably like doing like another fast day or 2 or 3 day fast in like another month. And yeah, so I feel like it's a lot of stuff going on with the food supply, but that's another video. But yeah, man, like I said, it's I'm really trying to get my head right in the right space, because I've been kind of struggling on and off, as we all do. But I believe that I'm a strong person and I'll figure it out. And yeah, so with that being said, though, I'm about to end this live. I appreciate y'all for listening, Lucas, Yahweh. And yeah, man, like I said before, man, you do you, man. Do what makes you happy. There's somebody for everybody, you know. But yeah, until next time, y'all take it easy. How do I stop this? Okay, well, I was trying to stop it, but uh, maybe not. Let's see. Oh, I know what it is. I think.